the one thing that I have heard from quite a few countries, Biden's trying to get rid of all guns.
No, he's not trying to get rid of all guns. He's trying to get rid of AR-15s or full auto assault rifles is what he's trying to abolish and get rid of.
Just go back to the standards.
We go through at least 2 checkpoints, 2 different
yeah, you remember that guy that was
the whole waiting, wanting you, everything you brought through a metal detector. But at one point we had to go through one of the Senate office buildings to get to this location. We passed through a cafeteria there. And there were National Guard troops lining the walls there, lining that hallway sleeping. And I had to be very careful not to step on someone.
Oh, Jamie G ended up commenting.
Dark,
what?
And so that kind of stuck with me, is that you had dozens, maybe if not 100 or more.
It's not allowing me to see Jamie G's notifications whenever she comments.
Trying to get some rest.
Really?
For the big day ahead. So that's what makes it so different, so unique.
Yeah, I know.
Unlike no other that we'll ever see. Lee, back to you.
Lee Powell live at the Capitol. Thank you so much, Lee. A reminder.
Oh, and one of my subscribers, Ginger Snaps, she told me that we have to have a password if I see.
Really, one of his first
hold on,
acts
chat.
as Commander-in-Chief is to go to Arlington.
See, technically, Biden's saying is heal back better. What? I'm confused, Lee.
As we heard earlier, my guest talking about how Dr. Jill Biden has been so involved.
Heal back better. Biden's saying is heal back better, but yeah, it's great. I don't get it.
We will watch as the ceremony happens this afternoon.
I'm not paying
Let's go now to the National Mall.
No, I don't care if you're not paying attention or not.
So, Anna, I know it's been quiet where you are. We don't have the screaming crowds and the cheers that we're used to.
He's like, dick.
But this was still a star-studded inauguration. Yes.
That's right, Libby. Although I wouldn't call it quiet here anymore now that we have gale force winds.
Dr. Disrespect is playing Hitman.
Threatening our time, so it sounds like we're on a sailboat. That's what that's about. But yeah, it was a star-studded event, as you said. We had perhaps my favorite moment was Jennifer Lopez working her song, her 2000 hit, Let's Get Loud, into a rendition of This Land.
I'm saying Make America Great Again was Trump's. Biden has a different saying. No, I know.
And we had Michelle dancing the Star Spangled Banner wearing this huge gold dove pin, a symbol of peace. And she actually has a long history with President Biden. She campaigned for him in crucial Pennsylvania in this election. And when he was vice president, she worked with him on the White House campaign against sexual assault on campus. So certainly, and Garth Brooks too, Republican who decided to come out today. Back to you, Libby.
Thank you so much, Hannah Jewell. You're hearing the cannons go off, of course, for this 21-gun salute.
You just got through watching it. Well, it's still going on. The inauguration is. Todd says don't count on it. They are just 2 more greedy pigs at the trough. Biden will be lucky if he not end up in jail. I don't know. Okay, so let's just put it this way. I don't care if you were a Trump supporter. I don't care if you're a Biden supporter. You know, Biden won the presidential election. Get that through everybody's fucking head. Okay. Not trying to be rude, not trying to be mean, just being truthful. And if me being truthful hurts, I'd rather be an honest asshole than a friendly liar. Yeah. You know, Trump will be lucky if he doesn't end up in jail.
Yeah, oh shit, he's gone.
Especially with trying to overturn the election. with phone calls.
Yeah.
You know, it's been proven. And right now they're doing a 21 gun salute at the Arlington Cemetery. Yeah, let's see. Trump has been wanted to put out like 180 different fucking presidential pardons or some shit like that.
Yep.
Literally, he gave criminals pardons.
Yeah.
If you want my honesty, I honestly hope Trump goes to jail.
Yeah.
He's the first president to ever not attend an inauguration of a president.
Yeah.
The very first one to ever do it.
He's also the first one to get impeached twice.
Yeah, he's also the first president to be impeached twice or have to go through the impeachment process twice. He's a child. He's a whiner. He needs to grow the fuck up. He's not used to losing. That's his problem. Yeah, exactly. Just like the wife said from the bathroom. He's also not used to people saying no. Oh yeah, that's all you ever heard from him about the election was that it was rigged, it was stolen. You know, Trump incited the riots at the Capitol. Let's put it that way, ladies and gentlemen. And you still, you know, people still think that Trump is their president. Trump has been banned from all social medias. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I think YouTube as well.
Yeah,
Facebook.
Hell, he's been banned from fucking Pornhub.
He's been banned from Pornhub? That's sad.
Yeah, it really is. And it's also hilarious.
How the fuck can you get banned from a porn website?
I know, right?
Their time in office, spending these first couple of hours after the ceremony at the Capitol by coming to Arlington National Cemetery.
Yeah. I wasn't alive during Nixon's.
President and Vice President have arrived and are being greeted.
I wasn't alive during Nixon's presidency.
See, the former president.
See, back when I was younger, I didn't know that there was a president of the United States. I didn't know that we had, you know, government office when I was a kid.
Yeah, like what?
Soldier. And as Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the president and vice president, feel the weight and responsibility of their leadership in this moment.
What do you mean? Why would they do what, Todd?
Guy, get the hell out of my face. Fuck you. This guy. First time he's ever played. First time he's ever played right here. Look at him.
What they're not censoring Trump. He's banned because he broke TOS and EULA license agreements, bro.
It seems obvious.
Multiple times. He's broken several. Like, that's the reasoning. He's not. Trump isn't being censored. Trump's not being censored.
Absolutely will be. And clearly, a friend of mine, his son both in Iraq, and he is close with a lot of generals and military folks from his years as vice president, as chairman of the Senate.
Actually, I haven't heard anything about that because right now it's a Democrat-controlled House and Senate.
And they would travel.
Biden's first 100 days in office, he is supposedly going to be federally decriminalizing cannabis or federally legalizing cannabis. He is also, and also, Biden is also asking for the very first 100 days of his presidency that we all wear masks whenever we go out into public, and that is to be able to try to combat this COVID.
Years the military, cares deeply about his son's service, and is hesitant about sending these folks off to combat. You know, one of the things Trump did do is pull a lot of troops out of Afghanistan, and it is kind of remarkable that we have more boots on the ground deployed at the U.S. Capitol today than we have in Afghanistan. We have, I guess, a few hundred or 2,000 of our troops left in Afghanistan.
Yeah, we only have like 2,000 some odd troops left in Afghanistan, and we have more National Guard in Washington, D.C. than Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Israel.
Hey!
No.
Stop it, Izzy.
Yeah, you won't be attacked like that if you would stop, kids.
Then she keeps going back.
Yeah.
Negotiating with the Taliban, but Trump did do, and there's so many folks that we've lost in it is kind of amazing too. When you look farther back, when Biden ran for Senate in 1972, he ran against the Vietnam War, and that was just
my cousin it won't be there.
He voted against the first.
I had a cousin.
For the second Iraq War.
I know, you told me.
Yeah, my cousin used to guard the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. My
history with the armed forces.
I think he is retired. Yeah.
Commander-in-Chief.
So he did his
So this is
term for this.
Yeah, I know that there was one person who guarded the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and
a large military.
And then there was another one who, if you asked him what his rank was, he'll tell you, "I don't have a rank. I work for a fucking living." Navy SEAL.
Biden's son and stepson joined the military back in 2000.
Recreational. To federally legalize cannabis.
He was also in the Delaware Army National Guard.
He's wanting to take that off. Obama and Michelle.
They were sort of giving a little call out to them at the very end, sort of turned back and waved.
Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. What the fuck?
What?
Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Mr. and Mrs. Bush, and the Obamas are at the Arlington Cemetery.
Where's Trump?
Where's Trump?
And Melania.
You know, the way to.
Yeah, I see the Bushes, the Clintons. Yeah, no, you can. It's live right now. There's Mr. Bush. There's his wife. There's Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. And then there's Obama and Michelle. You have 3 different presidencies right fucking there.
Yeah. Barack Obama's still in his 50s. Even though he's been out of office for 4 years. But
Michelle made a post
George W. Bush
saying that it was the presidency that caused the relationship to go down the
right
drain.
after World War II. Joe Biden.
It was taking too much of a toll on him.
Yeah, Trump didn't go to the inauguration.
Nope.
He's not even at Arlington Cemetery. You got the Obamas, the Bushes, and the Clintons there. You have Bill and Hillary Clinton, George Bush and his wife, and then you have the Obamas.
Between the current president and the former presidents, at least between him and Barack Obama, and certainly Michelle Obama. Former Vice President Mike Pence was talking the other day about how his administration did not hit America into any wars, but residents of Washington, D.C. sort of popped their eyes at that because D.C. has felt like a militarized zone in the last week, certainly.
Yeah. DC is a militarized zone now because of all the fucking Trump supporters.
Talk more about what they want to do. Talk about Afghanistan.
Yeah, no, Mike Pence. That's something that Mike Pence did for sure. Is like he showed up to the inauguration.
As an enforcer
He may not have liked
Well,
that Biden one, but he
Biden
still
said-
supported him.
Mhm.
On the campaign trail.
That's called good
On his first
sportsmanship.
day
Yeah,
off,
Mike Pence
he
actually
called all the leaders
thanked
of
the
President
troops
alike and told them America is back.
for allowing
Obviously,
Pence
he
to
has
be
a
their vice
Personal
president.
schedule today.
And
I'm not sure he's gonna
Pence
make
was
it
even like,
before
when
he calls.
when
Then-
Biden takes office, he's like,
The Biden team wants
I
to
was glad to be
show
your
that,
second in
you know,
command.
we're not about
You know?
the first anymore. We're about multilateralism, not unilateralism. We want to engage.
The Senate was trying to have
the big thing
Pence,
we talked about North Korea and Iran, which are the two
enact the 25th Amendment and
members of
remove
what
Trump
we're
from
doing,
office,
what we can do
making
there.
Pence the president for the remainder of the term.
The other was Iraq, whose regime Bush subsequently replaced. But Biden also has to deal with great power competition. He's going to have to deal with Russia and China. And Trump obviously didn't aggressively respond to Russia, including after they paid to put bounties on the heads of our Marines in Afghanistan. Trump very friendly with Vladimir Putin. But China is the big one. China is everyone agrees, sort of the rising power in the world. And I actually just yesterday was reading 2 articles that Jake Sullivan, who's now the National Security Advisor, the youngest National Security Advisor ever, wrote for Foreign Affairs a couple of years back about how to counter China. And he talked about, the term he used was coexistence, that America and China need to figure out how to coexist with one another. And it will be fascinating to see how Biden evolves the strategy. Trump tried to work really closely with China, then he got super aggressive, launched the trade wars, China retaliated. They sort of have come down off of that some, but you know, the Obama-Biden administration negotiated the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and the idea there was to balance China, to counter China by creating this trade zone with all these countries that China would not be a part of. Trump, on his first day in office 4 years ago, pulled out of the TPP, and
Yeah, Biden's trying to
now
get
that
get us back
failed.
into that with
So
the
it'll be
French,
interesting
the
to see
Paris,
whether Biden
whatever, and
tries to
also
Yeah, but one
create some
thing,
version of that,
one
how
of our
he
biggest trading allies was China.
and
To lose
to what
them,
extent the
Biden's trying to
There's-
fix everything now that Trump fucked up.
yeah,
Atlantic, the European
that's
theater,
why people have
to
been seeing
the
more things say
Pacific
made in
Asian
America.
theater,
Mhm.
because that has been something that, frankly, all 3 of those presidents standing up there have talked about. It was something Bill Clinton talked about in the 90s, but it has never really happened. We've been kind of continued in many ways to have an orientation towards Europe, but that has changed a fair amount over the last 4 years, and China is certainly going to be a hot spot that causes Biden quite a lot of headaches, just as it did at various moments cause headaches for all 3 of those former presidents that we're looking at.
Let's bring Dave Weigel into the conversation. Dave, thanks so much for staying by so patiently. How much did you hear about foreign policy and America's overseas wars and presence on the campaign trail, Dave? Did anything talk about this at all to you?
Not a ton. It rarely dominated because
Mhm.
the president. One thing he did, former President Trump, was scramble some of the political alliances when it came to national security. So you had up to literally the final hours, people voices on the left, like Glenn Greenwald, thinking that the president, thanking the president for not starting a new war, although he added troops and up drone warfare and full weapons to countries in the war we have right now, and then urging him to pardon Julian Assange and Edward Snowden, which he didn't.
That is true.
But the
Lee,
president
that is
was
true.
more
What's up,
complicated than
Savage?
the last Republican president. And he was hawkish in a lot of his instincts, and then dovish when it came down to whether he send ground troops. And so the conversation in the Democratic primary,
I like
there
the
weren't as
read.
many
It's
litmus
not
tests
too
that you would
overly
have
stated.
saw, the
Yeah.
Obama-Hillary race where it all came down to Iraq. It was a secondary issue. You did see Biden get pushed on a couple of things that were changes in the Obama policy. So his official position, this is Tony Blinken's position, according to the testimony yesterday, is pretty hostile to Saudi Arabia, which is a new position, one that the Obama administration did not hold. There's momentum for cutting off support for the Saudis' intervention in Yemen. You see some of that, but you didn't see it as a huge issue. I remember, and some of the ancillary issues the president worked on, like moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, I'd find sometimes I was the first reporter to ask a candidate what they thought of voting with people.
You know, so it's just something that his
I was
nose.
quieting down because there's I don't want to talk over the ceremony about loud for a second.
We appreciate that, Dave. It got loud because we are seeing the president and vice president arrive. We saw their spouses take their places there near the tomb of the unknown soldier. Attending this wreath-laying ceremony, of course, former presidents, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and their spouses. This is taking place at Arlington National Cemetery.
And then that's vice president, right?
To Washington, D.C.
I think that's the vice president.
A place that presidents often go on the meaningful moments of America as we honor the military and honor those lost. And we'll watch now as the president and vice president arrive.
Is Joe Biden married?
Yeah. As far as I know.
His wife.
Oh no, that's his wife.
No, that's
No?
the vice president. Yeah. If that was his wife, he'd be holding her hand.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And knowing Obama was going to be there with whoever won the presidential election.
Their families are probably in the stands.
Three, set, off!
That's vice president. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. I like her.
Yep.
I was sitting here going, she doesn't salute her, put her hand over her heart.
Playing the clarinet.
There's
I could never wear the gloves though during band marches because they would always cover up more holes than I was expecting it to.
But you want to know something? I'm very surprised at how many people.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yes, I am watching this. Thank you.
That's my fault. Sorry.
Order!
Volume on my TV.
Oh, volume on the TV. Sorry, it's okay. So it was already the wreath was already placed.
They designed it weeks ago.
Oh.
They design it weeks in advance, and then they have it made the same day and arrive just before everybody gets there.
Okay.
Three, set, off!
Oh yeah, he's playing that motherfucker.
Say what?
You hear that? At my great grandfather's funeral, he was in the Navy. The person who played that trumpet for my great grandfather, it was a tape recorder. This man's actually playing it.
Because that's extremely hard to do what he's doing.
Order! Oh!
And the cat. Our first female vice president.
Very first, and she's not going to be the last.
I hope we end up with a female president.
At some point, yes, yes. I'm sorry.
Well, people
we
say
made
that
we made
females
we made history with having the very first black president. Now we need to make history with having our first female president. We'll get there. And it's not going to be Hillary either.
No, after Hillary, what Hillary said about women not needing any more rights. Yeah, no. I'll leave the country if she becomes president. If she doesn't redact that statement.
This is live coverage from the Washington Post, the tomb of the unknown soldier. Let's go to Dave Weigel for the significance of this moment, Dave, of the Biden-Harris team choosing to make this trip to Arlington National Cemetery, so close to Washington, D.C., and yet in Virginia, in some ways a world away, someplace so significant to the hearts and minds of many Americans because of all of the soldiers and those who have served who are buried there and remembered there. Talk about their reasoning for doing this today.
Well, this is what we're seeing is fairly traditional. You don't always see this level of involvement from former presidents, but laying of the wreath, this happens sometimes in these ceremonies. But all of the Biden events have had an undertone of kind of not regret, but sort of a Gothic feel to them, and they very much reflect Joe Biden's approach to politics. I mean, everything and this has been written about. But the tragedy that defined his career as soon as he got elected to the Senate, the tragedy of the death of his son, Beau, and he is somebody who emotes very readily, who cries, apologizes for crying, apologizes for getting emotional, stops from winding himself up. And key to his victory, I think, was that he always approached the pandemic as
I don't understand why people say Biden can't get more than 1,000 views, so that means not more than 1,000 people voted for him. Views don't equal votes, even though he did get more in Trump's life.
That this never came easily to Donald Trump, but it doesn't come that easily to many politicians. I mean,
Yeah, but I think
Joe
the
Biden
one thing
has
that makes him different than Trump is Biden
national
actually has some
eulogist,
humility.
national healer. That's
And
a role that you could tell he was
He
very
has
ready
had
to play.
seen
And
loss.
even in the setup of this event, from
He
the
lost a
ceremony last
child.
night, there
That
tools
doesn't make
available
him
to you as the
human
president,
because he's
pomp,
cried. He can't
ceremony,
speak
resources
about his son without
that
crying.
you can use, and sometimes they are kind of clunky and don't come off.
If that
and
doesn't make
sometimes
him
they're
human, I don't
powerful.
know what does.
But the president was so much more interested, the former President Trump was so much more interested in having a big rally that he really didn't use those tools to a fault. I mean, he was having rallies at the point where they were really unpopular with most voters. and couldn't believe that Biden was benefiting from treating COVID like a crisis that would require him to stay at home, that require normal people who were not running for president to stay at home. So anytime you see some of these events, even if they are this or that ceremony, this or that memorial service is a little bit traditional, you can see that the what Biden imbues in it. I mean, he very much wears his heart on his sleeve, and you already see Republicans getting used to him being president. One, I guess, more in the media than Republicans who have to work with him, wondering how sincere it is. I mean, if you ever cover Joe Biden, this has always been who he is. He really throws himself into the mourning role of the presidency and the ceremonial role.
Let's bring Robert Samuels into the conversation, national and political reporter. Robert, one of the stories you've covered over the past year is the coronavirus, and in particular, the coronavirus's devastating effects on Black communities in our country. This is one of the big challenges that faces the Biden-Harris administration.
That's correct. Joe Biden is entering the presidency not only with a country that is still mourning the deaths of the coronavirus, but a death virus, a disease that is disproportionately taking the lives of Black, Latino, and Native Americans, sometimes at 2 to 3 times the rate as white Americans. So this is a time where the entire country is mourning. But if you live in a community that's Black
Asians
or
out of that?
Yep.
You're seeing something very distinct. Not just knowing that you've lost a friend, a family member, a basketball coach, maybe a police lieutenant in some communities, but also that there have been deleterious economic effects to your community that will take a very long time to heal.
James, on that note, as Robert so importantly makes the connection between the economy and the losses of coronavirus, it's sort of remarkable that it was so hard for the Trump administration to connect health success with economic success, right? They really tried to pit the two against each other. So how does President Biden communicate effectively to Americans that they need to go hand in hand, that health success can equal economic success and vice versa?
Yeah, that it's not an either or, and I think Americans get that intellectually. They get it. It's not a one or another thing, and Trump tried to make it a one or another, either or, in part because he wanted Biden to be on the side of don't do anything, shut everything down, which Biden has not been. Biden is promising to reopen.
Surprised they didn't take out the trees when they were shooting those.
Okay, this is contradictory to what the reports were.
Wanting to get their kids back in school, and
Biden's the one that's been wanting to
I
shut
think Biden has to
a lot of stuff down.
prioritize the vaccine distribution.
And
That's
now
first
we're
and
hearing
foremost.
that
He has
he's
to
not.
get
He's
that
trying to
right.
get
He has to
kids back
improve
into
what's been
schools and
going on.
shit.
It's been a very dysfunctional
The
process.
media
We're gonna
twists
have
things
to
a lot,
use the
though.
Defense Production Act to get a hold of some of the
Yeah,
problems.
I
That's
know.
why I don't watch
Which is
CNN.
going to be the next big holdup in
Yeah, well,
vaccine
this isn't
production.
CNN.
No, I know.
This is
This is
Washington
this is the
Post.
Washington
Not only
Post. Yeah.
give them the funding they need to distribute, but make sure that states that are not doing it right are getting penalized, and that states that are doing it right are getting rewarded. There are ways to improve this. Even today, the Biden folks pushed Jerome Adams, the Surgeon General, to resign, and even before their new Surgeon General is confirmed.
Yeah,
So
Fox
that's
is
first
even a
and
bigger
foremost,
liar.
is get that rollout better. But the second is showing that they are giving help for people who are out of work because of the pandemic, that they're not going to punish people. There's something, a small thing I want to say here that I've thought of often. I was up in Wilmington for the Democratic convention covering it. And one of the things the Biden folks did was they make everyone get COVID tested when they come into the bubble and the perimeter and all that. And they had people, workmen, not political people, but workmen coming to build the stages for the event in Wilmington.
All those
And
people,
there were a
all that.
couple of guys who tested positive when they got tested when they arrived to do a week of work in setting up the stage. And the Biden campaign said, look, you have tested positive for COVID. We can't have you here. You need to leave, but we're going to still pay you your full salary for the week of work that you would have done, so that you're not going to be out anything for getting COVID. And it really meant a lot. I was talking
That
to
sounds
blue collar folks.
That sounds
that-
like how
that
it
the
should
Biden
be.
Yeah.
folks
If you
still
get
pay
if
those
you
guys.
catch COVID or
And I
and
think
you
that-
need to
that
take
Biden is trying to do
quarantine time, you'll still get paid
that
for
kind
the
of
week's
miniature
worth of
for the
work,
whole
and you
country,
won't lose your
right,
job
in-
because of it.
in aggregate. And that's what he's really asking for, and the $1.9 trillion that he's asking for, which he says is a down payment to ask for even more. Anyway, I think doing those kinds of things shows that it's not either or, that it is a false choice to choose between focusing on public health and focusing on getting our economy back on track.
Let's go to Dave Weigel for more on that, Dave. You know, in the final stretch of the campaign, how much were you hearing from people about their concerns of COVID? Like, were voters you were talking to able to see, you know, health of Americans and the economy is sort of hand in hand, or had they bought into the idea that they're competing with each other?
Well, it was very divided. I didn't hear much of the second opinion from Trump voters. I did hear a following of the path Trump set, which was that it was annoying that businesses were closed.
You need to fix your mustache, Boyle. That thing is all sorts of fucking janky.
If you just willed it hard enough to.
It's like here we're gonna cut like up here, right there. You know, we're gonna angle it.
I did not hear any purchase for that argument. That idea was Democrats.
Hey, at least I can laugh at them.
And I think it got actually worse for the president in the transition period. This is something I'm kind of obsessed with. It's unusual for a president to lose this much clout in between losing the election and losing the presidency. Usually he tries to burnish his legacy. The president took credit for the fact that the vaccine existed and then bungled the handling of it, which I think added a lot of
over 180 pardons.
You remember how you felt after watching this. You heard there was a vaccine approved by the FDA. Maybe it's over. The Trump approach was
he's the very first president to ever give out pardons.
That were going to make this
not true.
Problem making go away.
There were two before
the Biden approach that this was.
Dwight D.
I think he waited as long as he could to return back to the trail, not just because it was working for him, but because his voters in the polling showed it. Really did think we were not going to get out of this and back to a normal economy, back to a normal country without the virus getting taken care of.
I know there were two other presidents that gave out
it wasn't the dominating topic of the last 2 weeks.
Trump 180.
Biden taking the reins from Trump
most
and
of them were
focusing
corrupt
on the vaccination plan. I think
corrupt politicians.
Corrupt military
this
and
almost every day.
Police officers.
What is being done?
Lovely.
And get this, because
make
the
it the mission of
they got their jobs back.
And his voters, yes, that was what the
two of them with a salary increase.
Should be doing. His main focus should be this. You did have majority, I'm sure, of the president's voters, if not all of them, thinking the opposite. That it's just this is bigger. Everything from there is no COVID. It's a conspiracy theory too. Well, sure there is, but we just need kind of Alec Venice in a way. We just need to deal with it. Maybe some people get sick and die. We need herd immunity. That was just not the position that won the election, and it certainly wasn't the one that instilled faith.
That's all. That's Halo, the Master Chief Collection. That has everything from the very first Halo, the remastered Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, and Halo Reach.
Transition and activity this afternoon. Joyce, you spent a lot of time covering the Biden campaign last year. So talk to us about
unless Trump faces charges for crimes, even though he isn't president anymore, doesn't mean he'll go away. Yeah, that is true.
Like we've talked about several times
two things that can put him away. If they do find in any of his tweets that he did leak national security, that's number one.
But
number two,
throughout
if he's still, while he's not president, incites riots that attack the Capitol, he is at fault and he goes to prison.
His run for president, he came out and he talked about.
He should already go to prison as it is right now because of inciting the first riot.
Except for he didn't incite it. That's the whole thing.
Wanted to run for president, and as he says,
he did not. You know how? He did not tell the people to go to the Capitol. He actually.
Yeah, he did. He told the people. He said specifically, "We are going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol."
Walk down. Walk down. He did not say we are going to attack and invade the Capitol.
It doesn't matter. He incited it. He told all of his supporters is what it was. That's inciting a riot, and it was started by Trump supporters. And Antifa was nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I know. And the Black Lives community was nowhere to be seen. I understand.
The Proud Boys weren't even anywhere to be seen. I don't think.
I'm just trying to say that by inciting it just by No,
as that relates to building the economy
a
back up.
word
and
phrase
employment
is not him
still
inciting it. He
fairly
was just
high as
stating,
the pandemic rages.
you know, this is what we can do. This is what we may do.
Right now, daily
Not,
basis.
this is what we should
So
do,
he
and
is
you're gonna
focused
do
on the
this.
issues that are concerning, most pressing.
I'm
to
not
the
a
American
Trump
people.
supporter. I'm just trying to say, look,
So
we can't
what
fault him
have you
for
done?
everything. We can fault him if he does do
Well,
stupid
one
shit.
thing that has
He's a human being.
Fuck no.
I can say that now that he's out of office because he's no longer a stupid dumb shit running the country.
He's still a stupid dumb shit.
Oh yeah, I agree with
He's not a
that.
stupid dumb shit running the country.
Exactly.
a naive optimism. He's spent 5 decades.
I at least have this
in
much more
politics.
breathing room until Biden starts.
You know, he sees the good in America. He sees the good in
Now you're thinking that it's
hours after
no, it's Wednesday.
Okay, so we did not sleep Wednesday.
No,
Because get this,
we-
we've done that.
We've actually done that before, dude.
We woke up and we were talking to chat and we thought it was one day and then all of a sudden they're just like, do you realize it's actually this day? And we're just like,
what? You see the style of socks that he has?
yes.
Okay, get me some of those.
You want some nice?
Yeah. I like knee-high socks because they keep, whenever I'm out and about walking, they keep my calves in place, technically.
Also, can we please try and have, or this doesn't work anymore, does it?
No, it does.
Let's try and have this on. It's a, air sterilizer. Oh, so any tobacco smoke or anything like that, it's gonna go. Oh,
It actually does help with the smell.
Yeah. We've actually had people come in who don't smoke as long as we've had this on for like 6 hours, and we're still smoking in here. Yes.
Oh yeah, Mary Trump. Trump's niece thinks that Trump is a danger
Or they
to
can
the
smell
country.
it, it just doesn't affect.
Georgia.
That's understandable.
You know you fucked up in your translation.
Hey, do you still have Anthony on your friends list, babe?
I believe so. I don't think I've got it blocked down.
Okay.
I haven't sent her your game pill.
You can believe it. So there's so many.
Why? Where's yours?
I drank my blue one that I got.
Yeah.
And then
Stop.
later on today, of course, there'll be
Right,
a
give me-
time special.
You're welcome.
That will be broadcasted and hosted by Tom Hanks, Kerry
We're
Washington.
not
is
leaving
also
just
involved,
yet.
and
I'm still like,
Victoria, and you'll see.
I only have my slippers on, and I don't even have my
sock on the list, and it's just going to be something that's in place of what we would have expected from a ball. There isn't an inaugural ball.
One thing I
like
am
we
doing today
might have
with
seen in
him
past
is
administrations,
both of us
but
are
this is going to
getting
be
new
an
shoes.
event that the planners want to continue.
You know what size I wear?
And then even tomorrow, they,
Yeah, except for I've got to have you put the shoes on.
crew service that will be.
The last time I tried to get you your size, they didn't
in
fit. We
Washington,
had to go
DC.
back to
That'll
the
take
store.
place on
No,
Saturday morning.
I know that,
also
but
a
that's
part of,
fine.
the week's event. But
You
they-
know the
they
rubber
sort of
bottom?
put So much in today's
No,
schedule, both these somber
Babe, why don't we
moments
just
like
get your
what we
shoes
just
tomorrow?
witnessed at
Okay.
Arlington,
We'll get
and
all
also
my
some
stuff tomorrow.
as well.
I just need to get clothes for work, so I can look like a manager.
Yeah.
Drumline and Howard University Showtime.
I don't like wearing sweat clothes to work.
No, I know.
Yeah, it doesn't look professional.
I made a
I want
business
things I
out of
can work in, but that looks
doesn't love obsessing over network security.
Glitchy video calls with regional offices, that's my thing. Do the things.
and I
you
can't
love.
wait for him to bring the
People
shirts
network
in,
will help do
the
the things
scrub
you
shirts.
Let's take care of
Because
business.
you can wear jeans and look fine.
I'm Lillian Cunningham, the creator and host of the Presidential Podcast. Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, all the presidential inaugurations that we live through these days, in fact, all of the inaugurations
I got it.
to 1937 share a few key things in common. One, they all take place at the Capitol. Two, the swearing in is presided over by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. And three, they always take place on January 20th. But that was not always the case. For roughly the first 150 years of American history, Inauguration Day was actually March 4th. This meant that a president-elect waited about 6 months before he was inaugurated. And in the case of the new Congress, they waited about 13 months. They would be elected in November, and then they wouldn't start their term until the next December. Well, this presented a number of governing issues, as you can imagine, during these long lame duck sessions. So by the 1930s, the Congress decided to pass a constitutional amendment. What it did was it reset all of the start dates for the presidency and new members of Congress to January. So ever since then, the presidential inauguration has taken place on January 20th instead of March 4th, which has significantly shortened the amount of time between Election Day and Inauguration Day.
Sorry, I had to take my meds.
You're watching a Washington Post special report on this Inauguration Day in America. I'm Libby Casey, and you can see there the Treasury Department and right downtown in Washington where the bands are preparing to march. One element of the parade that is still being kept that's not going virtual, and we'll hear more about how meaningful these marching bands are in just a moment. Joseph R. Biden was sworn in today as the 46th President of the United States. President Biden used his inaugural address to seek unity and healing for a country facing many challenges. Biden called on the nation to end its uncivil war and said that unity.
Oh, baby girl, you okay, baby girl?
With me now, Dave Weigel,
you okay,
Rhonda
baby girl?
Colvin,
Yeah, you okay?
James Homan, also
How are
Robert
you?
Samuels. Robert, you did a profile of Kamala Harris, digging into her history and her personal story that was just so fascinating and reflective of really the American story for so many people. Tell us about Kamala Debbie Harris.
Well, Kamala Harris is indicative and illustrative of the multicultural blend that characterizes America. Here you have a woman, she's a native of California, but is the daughter of two immigrants. One, her mother, Shamala, who was a cancer researcher and made great strides in the fight to defeat breast cancer before succumbing to cancer herself in 2009. And her father, Donald Harris, who came from the island of Jamaica and became a prominent economist who believed and perpetuated theories about the economy that were seen as revolutionary and countercultural in the American experience, and still has a big hand in how the Jamaican economy progresses today. Those two cultures lived within her, along with the experience of living as a Black American. Even though her parents divorced, her mother made sure that she understood her identity in society as a Black American because she knew that's how society would treat her. So she went to a Black preschool. She eventually integrated schools as a child. And then she went to Howard University, a historically Black college that's prominent and well known, to follow in the footsteps of Thurgood Marshall. And interestingly enough, we saw her put her hand on Thurgood Marshall's Bible today, as she became the first Black person, the first Asian person, and the first woman to become vice president.
Rhonda Colvin, another first that we're seeing is this blended family of Kamala Harris. She's a stepmother. Her husband, Doug Emhoff, had a first marriage, and we know that the children call her normal. So, Rhonda, Americans can see themselves reflected in this family.
That's right. And her husband, Doug Emhoff, the second gentleman, he is of Jewish heritage. They have relatives in Italy. They have relatives, of course, in India. And it just is really an illustration of many families in the United States right now who are multicultural. So that's another element of what Kamala Harris will be bringing up to her position is this sense of a growing majority of multicultural households. And you're right, she also, her children are her stepchildren. And I believe Sydney Trent, one of our colleagues, wrote a great piece a few weeks back about how it's a symbol of the fact that she is married to a white man who will now be her partner in this next chapter of her life, and what that might mean for diversity in America. So it's really just an interesting angle to her whole experience today, that she is bringing this multiculturalism to the forward to many people who are watching today, children who are biracial and from families that look a lot like hers.
Robert, tell us more about Kamala Harris's childhood visits to Jamaica and how she connected with those cultural roots.
Well, Donald Harris, her father, was a proud Jamaican, was a person of Jamaican heritage. I can tell you that's how he switched the deal. And when they were growing up,
oh, you have Jamaican heritage? Fuck yes.
Culture that you might not be able to get in Northern California. So when she was a child, she'd go with him to the island of Jamaica. They're from a tiny parish called St. Anne, which is also the same parish Bob Marley was from. And they were
the same parish Bob Marley was from. Okay. So who's smoking pot in the White House this year?
Bustling markets, and Kamala Harris's great-grandmother used to run one of those markets. And when her great-grandmother can't do it anymore, she handed that market over to her sons, including Kamala Harris's grandfather, Oscar Harris. Now, on those trips to Jamaica, the Harris family made sure she understood the family history. She visited the local sugarcane farm. They taught her about the secrets of Jamaican cuisine. She learned about curry.
I gotta check something real quick. What's the?
And one of the things that we talked about was there was a lot of hesitance with the Harris campaign to speak about her father. There's a bit of a strain in the relationship due to her father not wanting much attention as 82 years old. And there were questions within the Caribbean diaspora about how Jamaican Kamala Harris is, because again, it's a very proud culture. And one of the things Kamala Harris shared with me is that she has beef patties in her freezer in her current condo before she moves to the Naval Observatory, which for a Jamaican person is one of the things that you always have. You always have a reserve of beef patties. And for a lot of people, that was one of the indicators that you understood this particular part of this.
James Holman, I was driving by the Naval Observatory the other day with my 4-year-old daughter.
There we go.
And was telling her that a woman would soon live there and serve as the vice president. And I don't think my 4-year-old had realized before this year that women couldn't be president or vice president. Let's talk about the symbolism of her role here in this high office.
Yeah, and that it's important, to reflect on that, because your daughter is going to grow up in a world where that is totally normal and acceptable. And I've actually received several texts from friends I went to college with throughout the country of their daughters, watching proudly as Kamala Harris was sworn in and smiling and regardless of your politics or ideology, that is really cool. And it is.
Oh shit! I fucked up. Oh, here. Why don't we go ahead and watch President Joe Biden's inauguration speech?
Chief Justice Roberts, Vice President Harris, Speaker Pelosi, Leader Schumer, Leader McConnell, Vice President Pence, my distinguished guests, my fellow Americans. This is America's day. This is democracy's day. A day of history and hope, of renewal and resolve. Through a crucible for the ages, America has been tested anew, and America has risen to the challenge. Today, we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate, but of a cause, the cause of democracy. The people, the will of the people has been heard, and the will of the people has been heeded. We've learned again that democracy is precious. Democracy is fragile. And at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed. So now, on this hallowed ground where just a few days ago, violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation, we come together as one nation, under God, indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries. As we look ahead in our uniquely American way, restless,
And I don't want
bold,
Josh to be,
optimistic,
out of
set
money
our
is for
sights
small little
on a nation we
amenities.
know we can
The
be
only thing that I'm
and we
going to talk
must
about
be.
later down the road is a small little fridge.
I thank my predecessors of
But-
both parties.
Because that's one of those things where like,
Yeah,
Thank
but
you
a
from the
coffee
bottom of my
pot,
heart.
some coffee cups,
And I know
and a small little heater from Goodwill. I don't think it's going to cost too much to drop off at the office so Jen and me can be warm in that fucking office.
Constitution
It's
and the
freezing.
strength,
It's about the
strength
temperature
of our
outside
nation.
in the
As
office.
does President
you know.
Carter, who I spoke with last night, who cannot be with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime in service.
This is his inauguration speech. I accidentally hit the B button.
I've just taken a sacred oath each of those patriots have taken. The oath first sworn by George Washington. But the American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we, the people, who seek a more perfect union. This is a great nation. We're good people. And over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far. But we still have far to go. We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do in this winter of peril and significant possibility. Much to repair, much to restore, much to heal, much to build, and much to gain. Few people in our nation's history have been more challenged or found a time more challenging or difficult than the time we're in now.
Okay.
Once in a century virus that silently stalks the country. It's taken as many lives in 1 year as America lost in all of World War II. Millions of jobs have been lost. Hundreds of thousands of businesses closed. A cry for racial justice, some 400 years in the making, moves us. The dream of justice for all will be deferred no longer.
Academy Sports and Outdoors is making it even easier on you with in-store pickup. It's all new and basically
A cry for survival comes from the planet itself. A cry that can't be any more desperate or any more clear. And now, a rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism that we must confront and we will defeat. To overcome these challenges, to restore the soul and secure the future of America requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity. Unity. In another January, on New Year's Day in 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. When he put pen to paper, the president said, and I quote, "If my name ever goes down into history, it'll be for this act, and my whole soul is in it." Today, on this January day, my whole soul is in this, bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation.
No.
And I ask every American to join me in this cause. Uniting to fight the foe face, anger, resentment, and hatred, extremism, lawlessness, violence, disease. They are not new.
Here, let me
Our
show
history
you.
has been
This
a
is
constant struggle
This is why I collect
between the
receipts from
American
work.
ideal, and we're all
See,
are
I've already
created
got 4
equal,
dozen there next week.
and the harsh,
That's my
ugly
receipt. I put
reality
in the receipts
of
from work.
racism, racism, fear, demonization has long torn us apart. The battle is perennial. The victory is never assured.
Only getting receipts that work is like
Through
Walmart,
Civil War,
Kroger.
the Great Depression, World War, 9/11, the struggle, sacrifice, and setbacks, our better angels have always prevailed. In these moments, enough of us have come together to carry all of us forward. And we can do that now. History, faith, and reason
I got
show
108
the way.
points for that one.
The way of
For the
unity.
Matt's Medley and the Gatorade.
We can see each other not as adversaries, but as neighbors. We can treat each other with dignity and respect. We can join forces, stop the shouting, and lower the temperature. Without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress,
Yeah, that's a
only exhausting outrage.
25 points.
No nation, only a state of chaos.
I swear, I'm not
A crisis and challenge. Unity is the path forward. And we must meet this
Gizmo.
as the United States of America. If we do that, I guarantee you we will not fail. We have never, ever, ever, ever failed in America.
It is uploading.
We've acted together.
25 points.
And so today, at this time, in this place, let's start afresh. All of us.
And I'm going for
Let's begin
the
to listen to one another.
pizza.
Hear one another.
I'm almost to the
See one
$5 visa
another.
part.
Okay.
I
Show
need
respect
6,000
to one
points. We're
another.
at 5,100.
Politics doesn't have to be a raging
For
fire.
$50, I need
Showing
6,500.
everyone's path.
No.
We're saving up for the $50
Every
visa.
disagreement doesn't have to be a cause for total war. And we must reject the culture in which facts
Are you going to be
themselves
paying your
are
court fines
manipulated.
today?
I was
and even
wanting to,
manufactured.
but let me check
It's-
the calendar and see.
It's 2/24, and it is. We have another week. If it needs to wait for another week,
America has to be better than this.
Today
And I believe
is.
America
The
is
20th.
so much better than this. Just look around.
It says it's Gizzy's
Here we
birthday.
stand in the shadow of the Capitol
she's
building,
how old?
as was mentioned earlier, completed amid the Civil War, when the Union itself was
Gizzy's
literally
9 months.
hanging
Oh,
in the
wow.
balance. Yet we
Is today.
endured.
Nice.
We prevailed. Here we stand,
So
looking
Gizzy
out
is
on the
9
great
months old.
wall
Yep.
where Dr. King spoke of his dream. Here we stand, where 108 years ago, at another inaugural, thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote. Today,
Oh yeah, it
we
was Martin
mark
Luther
the
King.
swearing in of the first woman
On
in
Monday?
American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala
Makes sense why
Harris.
we forget about it.
Don't tell
So
me
yeah, we
things
get paid
can't
next
change.
week, and then I get paid on the first. Next week we'll get the pay. We'll get
Here
the
we
rent
see
check
it.
into the league for next
Told me
month,
from Arlington
Okay.
and then
Cemetery.
on the first we don't have to
The
worry.
hero who gave the last
right.
full measure of devotion, rest
Money
in
order.
eternal peace. And here we
Never
stand,
heard that.
Oh, get this.
just days after a riotous mob thought they could use violence to silence the willing people, to stop the work of our democracy, to drive us from this sacred ground.
So
It did not happen. It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever. To all those who supported our campaign, I'm humbled by the faith you placed in us.
Then you have the parade.
That was close.
You're funny.
all right, let me get dressed, and then we can head out. So it's gonna be you and me tomorrow.
Yep.
And then him and me today. I'm actually gonna get some of my clothes today, and then the rest next week.
Okay.
You want me to do your socks today or tomorrow? Today.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be getting socks that you two are gonna split.
Oh, I've got plenty of songs.
You got plenty?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I just need to grab them from the bag and chest. Cheating bags. You want me to bring mine just in case?
For in case we need some extra
Carrying space.
Would you like to mine as well?
Yeah, instead of having to take mine because you're just bigger. Yeah.
While you're at the store, do you want to
Put that into the account. Yes. Because our first stop is Walmart.
we should have one more bag.
Jesus. Minus what we spent out of this is still a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
And we're missing the bag.
I gotta go, so you two are searching.
Gizmo.
Oh, he's annoying her.
I'm just trying to pet her and she's growling at me.
Gizmo.
She wants you to play, not pet. Or, no, they've got a little bit of kibble left. They might need one more cup.
David, do you know where that other change bag is?
I don't know.
No, it was those two.
Yeah, we had 3.
I'm guessing it was what y'all got last night.
That's out of the bag with the ones in it.
Oh.
We had a bag of nickels and dimes, and a bag of quarters.
And you're looking for the bag of quarters?
I'm looking for the bag of quarters, yeah.
There it is. It's got wild bill in it.
Okay.
I was like, maybe?
You sit on the bed.
Yeah. I just thought, maybe? I guess so.
back in band. Back in 6th grade. I wanted to be in my high school band back at Cedar Crest, but since I didn't have 2 years of band class experience, I couldn't. Well, I didn't even have a full year. I ended up getting kicked out of class because I was a better clarinet player than my band teacher. Tolt Middle School, up in Carnation, 6th grade. She was. She's a complete utter bitch. What you looking for?
Breakfast, lunch.
Possibly there.
Wow, I still can't believe that they do that.
Shit.
Yep. What am I finding your purse?
Yeah.
If you want to put all of that on the PayPal, do that.
And have the PayPal card be our business card, or is it going to be your personal weed card?
It's going to be, no, not my personal weed.
I was wondering how long it would take.
It's gonna be a business card. So I mean, and you need my PayPal card there, don't you, to do it? And when does my PayPal card expire?
Didn't we just get your new one? Hand me a new one and let's activate it. Because this is only valid through 9/12.
Okay, then we don't. I'll activate that one.
You only have 7 days to activate it.
Oh.
That's why I'm saying
it's like
we need to activate it.
I don't. What's this? Oh, I guess I have a bank account. A go-to bank account.
Okay. Did you give her a rich cracker if you don't mind?
If I knew where it was at, baby, I'd give it to you.
Alright, well, when we find it, we're going to activate it. Paw.
Paw.
What's this?
Hi, Paw. Hi, Paw. She's trying to high paw you.
Paw.
You gotta bend down a little bit further for her. Shake. High paw. Good job. And cracker.
They actually go really good with the honey.
And here comes the president down Pennsylvania Avenue in his caravan of vehiculars.
Uh-huh.
What? Oh. Yep, Secret Service walking next to the president's car.
You know, they have to have balls of steel to do that. Especially since the Kennedy assassination.
Yep.
And someone also, I saw something a few weeks ago that said, for some reason, every presidency that lands on the 20th, shit goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, if you look at history.
I'm waiting to see something happen because of the riots.
Yeah.
Secret Service is on high alert too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got both of the bad guys. They went out wide.
Yeah. And you notice they're also their own tools.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no fucking chances.
Yeah, well, all the fucking Trump supporters want to kill Biden.
Yeah.
They've already received death threats on his life.
Oh, fucking hell. Talk about a fucking caravan, Mr. President. Look at that shit. Huh. Woo! Cops.
They have to.
Mm-hmm. National Guard. Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna put this all into my bank account and then I just have them put money onto your card.
Okay.
What this stuff?
Those tires on the presidential limos are bulletproof. The windows on those,
yeah,
bulletproof. These cars is bulletproof. You cannot penetrate these vehicles.
They're literally tanks. You see this silver guard at the bottom?
Yeah.
That runs all the way across the bottom. So it's a flat surface.
So then if
Minimize
they
IED explosions.
Mhm.
yep, and also
So no one can
if
stick a
they need to
bomb
get
on
out of
there.
the area really quick and they got a hot curbs, it doesn't damage anything underneath. And those take diesel gasoline or diesel. Sorry, if I'm correct, I'm not sure.
Hey babe, look at that on your phone and turn it on.
I know. Come here, Miss Little One.
She's like, Father, unhand me.
I mean, there's times where I'll just pick her up like this. She knows that she's not in trouble. You know, it's just I'm trying to get her out of the area that she's going towards. And don't you fucking dare click anything, you little bitch.
Tell her what she wrote on the keyboard the other day.
Shamalama Shamalama ding dong. It literally spelled out Shamalama ding dong at the end of it. I'm sitting there going, okay.
He didn't believe it, so he woke me up and he said, "Come read this and make sure I'm reading this right." And I woke him like, Shamalama ding dong? What the fuck did you write that for? And he goes, "I didn't. The cat did."
I mean, because when I'm playing War Thunder, I'll sometimes sit there and do that. I'll type in the chat, Shamalama ding dong.
Just to confuse other players.
Oh yeah, just to
I'm like,
confuse them.
she can't have done that. Why did you? And he goes, "I didn't. I just woke up and saw this."
Huh.
Maybe our cat is trying to kill us.
I mean, just look at the fucking tread on that tire.
Yeah. Several inches thick.
Yeah, the inside of the wheel wells. They're a carbon alloy titanium fiber with a bulletproof coating. So it's like you can hit that shit with a sledgehammer and not make a dent.
It's titanium.
I'm just wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, they've had death threats on him. They have to take every precaution, which means every so often they stop. They make sure that it's clear to proceed ahead. I bet you anything they're having cops go through every fucking building
Probably.
on the way to the White House.
Probably.
They're about ready to proceed.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for orders and it's all clear, green to go. Don't ask me how I know this, chat. That is classified information.
Honestly, it seems like standard procedure.
Their standard SOP is to get them from Arlington straight to the White House, no stops. Stopping can be what causes bomb snipers with anti-bulletproof rounds, you know, anything. Even a person with a fucking missile could target that and bye-bye.
And each person in the Secret Service has a vest on. You can tell.
Yeah.
And they're a little
They're a little bit chunky for how fast they can run and how quickly they can keep up.
Yes, but with the heavy death threats on Biden, they've actually done a triple armor on them.
Yeah.
Not just the standard vest, it's triple armor, triple plated. Shit, that shit's gonna hurt like hell if one of them gets shot, but at least it'll keep them alive.
Yeah.
But I think they put that extra coating for if it is the bullets that can penetrate bulletproof windows. I think they put that extra coating on there.
That's Biden right there, isn't it? Yeah.
And vice president and their families are probably in another vehicle for safety reasons. Do you know you have to get yourself vetted 6 months before you can you set an appointment to do the tour of the White House, but you have to do that 6 months to a year in advance because they need to vet you through the CIA, Interpol, FBI,
NATO.
Yeah, all of it. They also have to make sure you're not a terrorist from out of the country, even though you're supposedly posing as a white person.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not white.
They check all of your emails, everything, correspondence to anybody and everybody. Yeah, the only person that was going to be allowed to go in the White House was my mother, because she already had been vetted way back when, and they still had her on file. Yeah, I know. All right.
Look at that fucking door.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah, they don't allow them to have drinks in there or anything because you don't know what.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think that's his wife actually. I think that's Joe Biden's wife, the first lady.
Oh, that could be. Oh yeah, no, that is. The other lady was wearing a purple jacket.
Yep. Kamala Harris is wearing purple. And I believe that's Kamala Harris's children. Some of them are.
No, those are Biden. Those are Biden.
I'm sorry, that's cool. What the kids are doing.
Yeah.
They're all hand in hand.
Yeah, those are all Biden's kids.
Holy shit. Kids and grandkids, probably.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Grandchild.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
His oldest son and their daughter. Secret Service agent carrying the baby. Or no, that's not the secret. No, it's not.
No, I think
He's got an earpiece in, but actually,
that's Secret Service. That's Secret Service.
because she's got her.
I
arm
want
with
you to
his.
get a pair of boots like that one day. Those knee-high or thigh-high leathers.
If I can ever get rid of these chunky ass thighs, I will. Or chunky ass calves.
My mom could have custom made them.
They don't look as good when you have thick thigh or thick calves.
I know.
Fist bump.
The fist bump. He's like, fuck. Biden just went, fuck all of you guys.
Yeah.
I don't care. Somebody wants to shoot me.
They can fucking shoot me.
Yeah.
Ball steel.
Camera crew right in front. Walking backwards dangerously. Be careful. Curb.
It's like all, yeah. It's like all, you see the camera just go.
And you're looking at the sky.
Yeah.
Like we have had technical difficulties. We do apologize.
What are you talking about? These guys would probably sit there and keep it rolling, you know?
Yeah, but they're also, as you notice, they're not walking. That's why it's not bouncing. It's on a rolling automated cart.
Yeah.
Not all the time. Some of the time, the cameraman is actually walking. It's just they
can walk so smoothly.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not Secret Service. That's the dad. Holding the baby.
So that would be oldest son-in-law or son, and daughter-in-law, whichever, and then grandchild.
You know, she just walked away.
He asked a question probably about the riots.
Nah, pass.
He's like, yeah, I'm not going to answer that question.
No comment, thank you. They're all asking him about
The riots.
the riots, what he's going to do about Trump, you know, and also, do you think the election was rigged?
Yeah, those are going to
Any
be.
comment? No comment.
Very much disclosed information.
Disclosed information that he can't talk about.
Yeah.
If you want to know what the hell's going to happen, keep an eye on the office.
It's his birthday tomorrow, and he's getting to be the new president.
Yay.
That has to be one of the best birthday
Oh, hell
presents
yeah.
ever.
I'm going to go to the White House August 5th. I'll jump the fence and be like, I'm unarmed. I just want to meet the president.
You'll still get riddled with bullets.
Yeah.
No, actually. They've actually had people jump the fence at the White House before, and they, Secret Service will use non-lethal force first. Unless lethal force is required. I've seen it.
You didn't see the updated mandate.
Oh.
Anybody who
Especially
jumps
on the
that fence is now an enemy to the state.
Oh.
And we'll get the Swiss cheats.
Yes.
Sweet, let's go. I volunteer.
Because of all of the protests, all of the, people who are trying to get their point across with bombs and Molotovs and all this other shit.
So, you know what? Fuck this. Turn them into Swiss cheese.
You can reach through the fence and not going to do anything but tell you to don't, unless you're taking a photo. If you've got your camera in there, just click. They don't mind that.
Yeah.
But it's when you cross that fence that it's an issue.
Yeah. That's when safeties are off.
All nations' flags should be represented and accounted for.
Yeah, see, either that or you see how they have. Oh, there it is. That big one. It's a holdable one, but it's like strapped around his waist, his shoulders, and then like he's got the whole get up so that he's not even touching the camera except to zoom in or zoom out because it's up on a like your roller idea. Thank you. You're too close, sir.
Any of these people who are getting close to the president, his family, and stuff like that are press, they've been thoroughly vetted. But at the same time, they get a little too close. You know,
Gloves are off. Yeah, like you just seen this man do with them. It's like, doink, you're too close. And see, the President Trump's not there to.
Yeah.
Obama was when Trump took office. Bush was when Obama took office.
Trump's disrespecting the presidency. Yeah, Trump's legacy. Anarchy and whiny bitchiness.
Anarchy and snowflakes.
Snowflakes.
Do you know? Sorry.
I mean, there's some good people that were Trump supporters.
Do you know that Trump wanted his face put on Mount Rushmore?
Like what?
He wanted his face put on
Trump was
Mount Rushmore.
Trump was wanting to pay someone to put.
I'm just like our forefathers. I am the best person we had so far. My face should be on Mount Rushmore.
No, his words were, "I'm the greatest president that there ever was."
Yeah, well, it was just.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the presidential hug with his wife, and here comes first entry of new president into the.
And there it is.
And the inauguration is now over. Okay. To me, that means it's over. They are now officially at the White House. They've made it from ceremony, Arlington, White House, and done. So, yeah. How the strong is he? Mixture.
So high concentration alcohol and high vibration sea salt.
Yep.
I'm just needing a jacket. Your ass is sitting on it.
No. Oh.
You're sitting on it. Yes, you are.
I wasn't sitting on it. It was actually right behind my lower back.
I still consider that sitting on it.
If my ass wasn't touching it, I wasn't sitting on it.
Your lower back is connected to your ass, so in technicality, you were sitting on it. You're not gonna win this one, babe. I'll go technical on your ass.
But my head is attached to my back, which is attached to my ass. So technically,
So you have no neck.
And then by that logic, everyone always has their head up their ass.
Oh. I'm gonna throw something at you. You better be careful.
Boo. Bag wars.
No. I'll throw an 85 mile an hour fastball at you.
With
As,
what?
as I'm
Gizzy's
throwing
rubber
out my
ball?
shoulder. Last time I threw like that was back when I was playing Little League.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on, let's see. It's just the change in there. My wallet's only got bills in it, so that's all the change.
Very satisfying. Dunk.
You want me to do it again?
Gizzy does. Roger, he's like, wow. Well.
All of a sudden we get a phone call from Derek. What the fuck?
Sorry.
You think I can give us a ride to Walmart? I'll show you why.
Trying to pick up the bag with all the cash in it.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Rob somebody? No. Well, how'd you get it?
Vending machine. Did you break it? No. Stop.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, once your appearance looks different,
It won't be as much of an issue.
no, because you'll be wearing completely different things. Your hair will be long, not short, because most people expect people with short hair to keep their hair short. So
I didn't do it.
you look completely different with long hair,
Oh yeah.
which means, well, I think after that, you should be okay to come back in the laundromat. Because then, I mean, you don't have to communicate, just do your laundry and a little chit chat here and there, but you know, make it look like you're just another regular customer.
Yeah, but if Josh doesn't want him at the store,
This is months down the road when all this is blown over.
yeah.
Where his hair's grown out and he's got glasses.
Yeah.
You know, why is there crap all over my desk?
What color?
It's literally brown.
Brown chicken, brown cow?
Ew!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my god, you fell for that? Really? I fake wiped my ass and
No, because I was holding that one and I'm just like rubbing it out. I'm like, ew.
And can I get my orange sweater that you're sitting on and that you probably farted on multiple times, please?
What?
This mess does stink.
Like what?
It smells like bad rotten breath. It'll clear up when I get outside.
Here, where's the Febreze?
That's not the Febreze. Damn it. Febreze somehow made its way into the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
And I've been waiting for somebody.
That's because I took
bring
a
it
that's
out of the
because I took a
bathroom.
stanky ass fucking shit. What does she have?
Gizzy. No more on this. You've already destroyed it.
Alright, babe, you ready? Close your eyes, lift up the mask.
Yeah, look at. She's like, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
You want to?
No. She's like, Luca's like, I'll take it. Squirt me.
Yeah.
Spray the mask. That's why I gave you the Febreze. Not for you to set it down on the table.
You want it for yours? Make it smell pretty, like spring renewal. See if that worked.
Yeah, I get it all over me. Holy shit.
So much better.
My arms, my legs, my chest, my butt.
Skin starts melting.
You smell pretty. You smell pretty. You smell pretty. I don't know. I don't
What's
smell
in my
it.
hand?
She wants to eat everybody's hands. She's like, Velcro. I like Velcro.
It's not Velcro.
Gizmo. Stop a-barking.
Gizmos. I'm gonna get going for a little bit. Not that you're clean.
I love you, Julie. I love you, Julie. We have a problem. Ow!
Then Kamala Harris just arrived. Yeah, she'll be all right. Gizzy just used her leg as a springboard. She uses mine as a springboard too from time to time.
She used your head as a springboard earlier.
I know.
While you were asleep.
You were
Oh,
awake?
you were awake?
I was trying to get back to sleep because I was so kind of tired. I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Well, once everybody's up in the house, you know, that one person that's trying to sleep, good luck.
Yeah.
Because once she gets us up,
She wants
gets
everybody
up. She wakes the cat up, she wakes us up, and then if there's anybody else spending the night, she wakes them up.
Yeah.
No ands, ifs, or buts about it. It's Gizzy scheduled.
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez performs at Joe Biden's inauguration.
Oh, yeah.
Kamala Harris and her
Yep.
family.
Madam Vice President. Hello, Vice President. And if Biden gets shot, well, she's going to be our president.
Kamala Harris was actually the governor of California. If I'm correct, if I'm correct on that.
I don't know.
Let me Google that real quick.
Yeah, I can do it right now. Faster. Who was the vice president? No, who's the vice president? Who was the governor of California? Gavin Newsom. Gizmo, quiet. Gizmo.
She's like, but he's being annoying.
Arnold Schwarzenegger from 2003 to 2011. Edmund G. Jerry Brown, 2011 2019. And Gavin Newsom, 2019 to present. All right, well, we got to get going. So, oh, I got to get my shoes on.
Yeah.
I got my sandals on.
Yeah, well, it seems like that the inauguration is basically over. Kamala Harris is just walking down with her family towards the White House.
Yeah, because the vice president has, if I'm not mistaken, a place at the White House for emergency evacuation.
Yeah.
So they have to go and get that all set up. And the decorators and everything have to know what needs to be done and whatnot for them to be satisfied with it.
Yeah. What did she drop? She dropped something.
Who, the kid or the
No, the vice president.
Now we have the vice presidential motorcade carrying Kamala Harris, who was sworn in today as our country's first female
vice president ever.
What?
She was our very first female vice president.
She was sworn in by our first female Supreme Court justice for color.
And she was also sworn in by the first female court justice.
Yep, I know. I was hoping that we'd get our first female court justice.
Yep.
And it happened. So get this, the next step is getting a female president.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
What the hell's going on over? There's a fire truck. Going straight back?
Possibly.
Yeah, I went straight back.
Let's go see what's going on. And we'll take off. You gonna come? Have a cigarette?
Yeah, I guess. See if it's worthy of recording, which I highly doubt. Now, if the police department was here, that'd be a different story. Be right back, y'all.
Where's my lady? Hey, there's that over.
Stop it, sweetheart. You are okay. You are okay. Yeah, yes, my dog suffers social anxiety. What's up, Gromies? Sorry, I went outside to check what was going on. We had the, no. It's just a sweater. I like it. It's comfy. It's fuzzy. Keeps me warm. But yeah, no, I didn't support that toupee wearing little shit. Sorry. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know, it's just like assholes. Everybody's got one and they all stink. Yes, no. President landed, not president, but Donald Trump ended up going to Florida. His plane just landed. Yeah, true. You know, I can agree to that. Like I said, Gromies, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's just like assholes. Everybody's got one and they all stink, you know? You know, I don't care if a person is a Trump supporter. If you're a pothead, we can get along, you know? And I'm smoking ice cream cake. Holy shit. Ah. I have no idea. I didn't really look into it. If you want my honesty, I really don't. I care who he pardoned, but I don't care at the same time. If that makes sense. Mind you, I seen that he pardoned Lil Wayne. I don't know why, and I don't know for what. Yeah, it was just some like astronomical number that he pardoned. It was fucking nuts. I didn't even know Mountain Dew. Oh. Supposedly, Biden's first 100 days in office, I think what is going to be happening is cannabis is going to be legalized on a federal level. Yeah, I like Trump better as the host of The Apprentice. If you want my honesty, that's why I like Trump. But once he was saying that he was running for president and seeing how much shit he put the country through, yeah, I'm not. No. Yeah, I voted for Biden. That's who I voted for. I'm glad I did. I mean, what's even more hysterical too, Trump wasn't at the inauguration, but guess who was? Obama. The Obamas were there, the Bushes were there, and the Clintons were there. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and his wife, and then Michelle Obama and her husband was all there. But Trump was not. That is pathetic. That's just that's really sad to where, yeah, the oldest president who's still alive wasn't able to come, and that's because there was just no way. Yeah, Trump went to Florida. That's where Trump's at. He's in Florida right now. I wonder what coverage we're going to get of Trump next. Oh yeah, no, that is true. That is true. Biden did say that. He did say it, Hopefully. Oh, that's the end of that. I'm not going to sit there and stare at the White House all day. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. That's all there is to it. We just have to wait and see what happens. Do I have any updates? Oh, I do. I don't know, guys. Well, we just have to wait and see what happens in the near future. But I'm going to go ahead and call it, guys. I'm going to be live on my Twitch. That link is down in the description below. So if you haven't followed me yet on Twitch, go ahead and follow me. I don't know what we're going to be playing yet today, but we'll figure it out. And cheers. Peace.